In this session, you will learn how to validate your product ideas before investing a dollar, from testing the demand and pricing to analyzing your competition, so you could launch with more confidence and less risk. Our guest today is Isabella Ritz from Ritz Momentum. And before we dive into the session she has put together for you, let's have Augustus introducing the sponsors of Sellerfest Online.
Thank you, Lisette. So let me introduce the sponsors of this session. The first one is VAA Philippines, provides trained e-commerce virtual assistants for Amazon, Walmart, and other e-commerce sellers. DataHawk is an enterprise-grade analytics for Amazon and Walmart sellers. VATAi is an international compliance for e-commerce sellers. They provide VAT compliance, EPR services, and much more. MerchJar is your AI copilot for Amazon advertising. Optimal AI by Sellerplex is your Amazon advertising analyst. Ecomc, it's your global Amazon, Walmart, and TikTok growth expert. And last but not least, Exit.io. It's a platform for Amazon FBA buyers, sellers, and investors.
Thank you so much. These are all of the companies thanks to whom we can be here together today. And welcome also Isabella. Hi, how are you doing? I'm really happy to have you here with me today.
Well, thank you for having me today. Hello. And I guess today we're going to dive into a lot of tactics, guys. So if you're here in the chat, please tell me if you are selling on Amazon already, if you're e-commerce based, TikTok based, D2C based. Like, where are you selling? What are you selling? What struggles do you have as of right now with your products? And we'll just go from there.
Yeah.
I'll share my screen. There's going to be a lot of tactical, I would say, directions, points. And if something is unclear, drop your questions and I'll be happy to cover all of those at the end of the session. And if there is any introduction required, I'm happy to do that as well.
Yes, I just wanted to say that everything tactical, insightful is exactly what our Orange Klik community and viewers like to have. So thanks so much for putting together the presentation for the day. Before we go to you sharing your screen and we learning from you, Isabella, could you give us a short information about your background and what you are currently doing in Amazon space?
Long story short, moved into the United States in 2015. I was serial entrepreneur back in starting the year of 2000. So for quarter of the century, I'm doing business, give or take, in different industries. So one of the first businesses was training center, when we've been teaching people how to do communications, how to negotiate stuff, how to negotiate deals. And then I sold this training center in the year of 2001. So I was 18. And then I was just realized that it's actually so easy to make money. So you can just create a business, technically a project. Back in the days, like right now, I understand that business the definition of business is way larger, right? So, and then when I sold that business, I created an interior design studio. That was a pretty big one. I sold that one, and then SEO company, and infographics company, and web design company. So by the time I got into United States, I already had perspective of how to run business. But the worst part was I didn't understand anything about US, about target avatar here, what people do, how do they run business. So I had to relearn everything, but I was able to apply all my skills. So to say publicly I was extremely successful with Amazon pretty much day one, it is kind of unfair because I did apply skills I had. So Amazon was brand new for me, but the skills of running business and how to rank your stuff and everything else, that was not new to me. So it's kind of fair and unfair stuff. So, but yeah, I launched my first product that was silicone wine glasses. And I was extremely successful with that one till someone from United Kingdom patented this product. I didn't know at the time that the products are that the patents are territorial, and I didn't fight for it. So I just gave up. And we're learning from failures. Then along the road, I lost about $2 million by selling on Amazon. That's a cumulative loss. And I genuinely believe that people can learn and become successful only when they fail. So if you were considering yourself as a successful entrepreneur, my question, how much money did you lose overall? Because if you didn't lose anything, you're just lucky. Or you're genius. So everyone is losing money, everyone is failing, everyone is making mistakes. Some mistakes are more painful, some of them are not. We were able to help a lot of sellers since 2018, officially 2019. This is when Risk Momentum became live. Risk Momentum was not planned at all. It came to the market because of the customer demand and because of the, generally speaking, reverse engineering of customer avatars, which is a lot of Amazon sellers, those that were struggling with conversions, and product research and development. And thus, this is where my primary expertise is, how to increase conversion and how to find, validate, and build the product you can sell online, including Amazon. And this is where we're based on the data and based on the customer avatar. We put those together, making sure you'll beat your competitor before you spend the time on inventory. So generally speaking, we do guarantee that our products will be successful as long as you follow and trust the process. So if you develop a product and you do everything correct, then you will get certain threshold and revenue by X amount of reviews. So we don't give any guarantees by X amount of time, but if you'll get, for example, to like 150 reviews, this is where you're supposed to be, revenue-based and margin-wise. And we also don't work and we don't believe in any cheap products, because cheap products do not make anyone successful. Your margins are pretty small and your profits are pretty much invisible. So we're trying to work with products that are making you at least 25-30% of profit. And we switched recently towards consumables a lot, and we can talk about it during the presentation as well. Also, also mother of 4 and have a question business on the side. Grew this business from 0 horses and 0 riders since January 2025. Till today, we have 136 riders, 21 horse, and moving to the new property next week.
So cool. Well, Isabella, you have been doing a lot in your life already, and we're absolutely honored to have you here today. Of course, today's topic, product validation, is super, super important for all e-commerce sellers, especially Amazon sellers. And actually, we have a viewer with us live, Corey, who said that he has already built Amazon businesses in the past and exited them in a profitable way, but has been out of business or out of Amazon space for several years now, and has a new product that he thinks he has a good plan for, but he needs to validate it first. And that's exactly what today's session is all about, how to validate your product idea before spending a lot of money on it. So Isabella, thank you very much for your introduction. You can go ahead, share your screen so we can learn from you. And for you who are watching us live right now, I wanted to say, use your chance to ask questions from Isabella, leave them in the chat under or below the video, because then in the end of the session, we can ask Isabella to answer those as well. And whenever you're learning something new for yourself, don't forget to like this video and also subscribe to our Orange Klik YouTube channel if you're not yet a subscriber. So Isabella, I would now give the stage to you. So we're happy to hear what you have to share.
Awesome, thank you so much. And again, it will be a lot of tactical stuff, and I will cross-reference to some social media, because we can't talk just about data. We have to talk about product positioning. So let's dive in, guys. Well, the reality check comes to, there is no more accidents like launching products in 2015, like I did when I found the product, put reviews on it, and we've been extremely successful. So launching products in 2026 without validation, it's a very, very crucial mistake. So we have to go through the validation process. And as I said, it's not 2017 or it's not 2015 anymore. So we have to go through. The validation is not just like what I'm going to sell but how I am planning to sell. So we have to look at the ideas from the perspective of the high cost of this idea. So because product ideas, they're very expensive, especially if you're not going through the process of appropriate process. And the process we have in place is the validation focus on how you're planning to sell this product and how this positioning will be supported with the data. If I am talking like very heavy terminology, please let me know and I will try to adjust it. And Lisette will call me out because I'm not seeing right now the comments, but I will come back and explain something as I'm going. So you have to make informed decisions and you have to have a framework-driven approach when it's supposed to be based on the proven frameworks, providing structure and reliability, not just hope when you're believing that something is going to work. So we have to be based on the backend data analysis. So you have to be working with certain tools. If you don't want to work with, for example, VATAi for Smart Scout, which I use on a daily basis, or Seller Sprite. Seller Sprite is kind of like Helium 10. We started implementing Seller Sprite a lot because they are way cheaper than Helium 10 and they have way more metrics and insights inside of it. So if you guys want to explore it, let me know in the chat as well. It's a very heavy lifting tool, not extremely user friendly, but provides you very powerful data, and it's super popular in Japan. So we have to work with the marketing fit as well, and we have to work with execution potentially. If we're missing one of those four, then we will definitely fail. So when we're working with the backend data, I will cover today just a few points. You have to keep in mind we have to go in between 30 to 50 points of product validation. But if you have to pick like a couple of them, I will go over those today. So for example, we will check, and I put the products to validate those that no one's supposed to be selling on Amazon unless you really understand what you're doing. So I took the playpen mat. So, and as you can tell on the right side of Amazon product display, we have pretty much the same product. We have product number 1. Here's 2, 3, 4. Same product goes again. 4. Same product goes again. 5, 6, 7, 8. So we have only 8 products that have been defined by Amazon that can be sold based on those keywords on the left side. So it doesn't mean that we have 34% share across all the aggregate of the keywords. We have 34% share for this specific keyword that has 272,000 demand, and the search conversion rate, which is the purchase rate, which is the same conversion of the listing, the highest conversion is 2.13%, and that goes to this specific product. But at the same time, this product is losing conversion on other keywords. And we have one of the, for example, play yard mat, we have 17,000 searches a year, which is like, for example, if you're planning to go on Amazon with the lower budget, but at the same time, you're planning to make some revenue and money, right? So you can go after this keyword and explore this product. I'm not going to dive very deep into that one, but at the same time, there is only one product that is actually converting, and the conversion rate is below 1%. So why I'm talking about these numbers? Because when we're going towards search conversion validation for the physical product, not consumables, we want these numbers to be below, I would say ideally 1.5%, but if it's below 2, I will be happy with that as well. Why? Because if we want to sell products successfully, we have to cover a gap. Means people are searching for this product, they can't find anything they're looking for, and they're leaving Amazon and they're trying to buy it somewhere else. And that's why if the conversion rate is super low, it means you have an opportunity to develop something way better for your audience and satisfy the market. It means there is no product that is matching requirements of your target avatar, and you have to take this direction. I hope it's clear. So now we're talking about marketing fit. So if we have to make sure that the product we want to sell does have influencer presence, virality factor, and you have potential ad angles, unless this product has a huge demand, there is no presence, and now you can take an advantage of it, because there is like pros and cons. And depends on the situation, we can say, oh, there are a lot of different competitors that are already on the market promoting vitamin C, right? And you can say, why would I go towards this route? But at the same time, those competitors or those influencers, they're creating demand, and they're supporting demand for this specific product. It means if there is a lot of people and shoppers that want to purchase this product tomorrow, will be retargeted by your ad, because, as you know, now everyone, all the ads are retargeting you pretty well. The moment you think about the product, you already see this product on your feed, just because all tools and all engines, they're learning customer behavior, and they're perfectioning their search so well that it became super easy to target and retarget your audience. And at the same time, if you do have the audience, if you do have a product where your audience is not there, right, then and there is no, I mean, your audience is not looking for this product on social media, and you don't have enough of influencers for this product, that means you can take an advantage, hire influencers, and they will promote your product. So then after you will be more competitors going towards influencers trying to promote it, but you can be a first mover. I hope it makes sense here. Now, market fit. This is where you have real demand, you have competitors, you have growth potential. So how can we define those numbers? This is what we can see on Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer. This is like the first screen, and the second screen is VATAi. This is voice of customer. If you guys don't use this tool, another great, absolutely phenomenal thing that really genuinely recommend to anyone. So when we're looking at the vitamin C, what do we guys see here? So we have 72 million demand, and you're like, oh my God, I would never ever go into this product because it's a suicide, right? But at the same time, if we will look at the vitamin C, and we have a first keyword that's called vitamin C, probably because people are misspelling, with that has 46,000 search volume, we have only 19 competitors for this product. And if we're looking at the vitamin C as a keyword, we have 118,000 search volume, and we have 100 products. So now, like, if you're looking at this number, we have to pay attention to how many products are here actually competing, and how many products are having healthy title density. So, and at the same time, you're like, okay, what's that? If you're not tracking title density, it's how many times this keyword that is right here being mentioned in a title, in the beginning of the title of your product. So, and if for vitamin C with 46,000 searches, we have 0 title density, and we decide that we really want to go into the suicidal niche, then we can probably go after this keyword if all other variables will actually work for us. But at the same time, we have several other keywords with also decent search volume that don't have any title density. But at the same time, when we're looking at those numbers, we're looking at the average price. And the average price for those keywords is $8. And even if you're like, oh my God, 72 million searches a year is the aggregate, so many keywords I can target, only 19 competitors for this specific keyword with 0 title density, take a look at the PPC bid if you will start competing, which means you are not going to drive any PPC. You have to be based only on external traffic. And now your average price of the competitors on the market are $8, which is a pretty bad sign because there is no margins there. So now we have to understand how much money we're planning to spend and invest into the product. Please take a screenshot of this slide, because it's a prompt to calculate your potential, your launch cost, your logistics, your product development feasibility. I hope you guys did it. And now we're moving to the next one. When I ran this, I will zoom in. So when I ran this specific prompt for vitamin C, I believe, product, so I got specific numbers where I can ballpark it. And again, this one are not really super data proven, but at the same time, if you will look at the prompt, you have to add the blanks. And where we have the blanks here, this is where you have to be based on this data as well, because you have to put the potential price, you have to put your budget, and etc. Right? So to have at least a little bit accurate scenario. And now what we have here, we also have risk flags. So we have tight margins. If you're selling at $39, we have lead time, we have ad volatility, and we have return rates, which is like pretty much zero at vitamin C. And now we have feasibility rating is risky but possible only if we will develop product at $39. And this is something I will be covering, how to sell this type of the products at my webinar tomorrow. But let's dive in a little bit more data. So the data trap is when the data is not just useful based on what you're reading. You have to understand how to build that puzzle and how to connect the dots, because the validation is extremely complicated. You have to interpret the relationships in between the numbers. You have to understand what works for one seller will not work for another, because at the end of the day, you can sell and rank and scale anything, but if you don't have a budget for it, you can't do it. That's why when people are coming to, for example, the agency and like, oh, I have $10,000 budget for everything, we just don't onboard these people because we can't help. But if people are coming like, hey, I have 10 grand right now, but I will be able to stretch it to $50,000 within a year, then we can onboard these people because it's a reasonable budget to start to get somewhere, right? So we are living in 2025, almost 2026, and we have to understand what it takes to get to profits. And of course, everyone wants to make 6 figures and 7 figures, but not everyone is ready to invest the 6 and 7 figures to get to those numbers. So we have to stay like very, very reasonable to understand where we're at. So why validation is so complex? Because we're not looking only at data isolation. You have to build relationships in between signals. So this is a new dashboard. If you guys already looked at Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer, they revealed it, I think, last week, right before Accelerate. And I'm validating products every day, so I think I noticed one of the first ones. And it's pretty cool. So when competitors count, like you have to look at the competitors count, and if, for example, you have 7 competitors or 15 competitors for the past 360 days, sometimes it's a good sign, sometimes it's a bad sign. So it really depends on other variables. But what I want you to take a look, you have a lot of filters on the left side in Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer and on the right side. And if you're looking at top 5 products click share, for example, we have top 5 products, click share is 57%. And of course, it will be 100% or close to 100% share in between other products. But out of 26 products, only 5 are actually winning the market. So if out of this 26, out of these 5 products, you will find that people are not purchasing that's just famous brands, but they're purchasing regular private label sellers like you, then it's one of the positive feedbacks from the data that you can define for yourself as a green light, and you can move forward to validate this product further. Now, Amazon also released top niche insights, and those insights are really they're very close to be objective because it's based on Amazon data, but at the same time, there is a lot of subjective stuff. So you have to double check the data when you will be reading through that. So don't be blind. But at the same time, Amazon finally revealed something that we're pitching and preaching to our sellers for years. Amazon gives you niche evaluation indicators. So if you will look, for example, here, and that one was based, I think, on ashwagandha for kids. So I picked the product that, again, no one is going to sell. And I put here format, I read here, so format diversification, then price point shifts and ingredient combinations. So, and what Amazon tells us, if movement above $22 average may indicate premium positioning. And we are talking about premium positioning and product positioning for years. Now, finally, Amazon is encouraging sellers to look into these numbers by telling you, like, hey, if you're going to sell on Amazon a new product, if you already sell on Amazon or you didn't sell on Amazon in the past and you're trying to do it, don't look into the cheap products because there are plenty of those on Amazon. Give to market something that is actually valuable and worth it, but you have to make sure market is ready to purchase this product at this price point. And if Amazon confirms, like, hey, look at this $22 plus, find proven track record of sellers that are already selling on this price, and you probably can be very successful on Amazon with this pricing structure. So again, it's supposed to fit your strategy. You're supposed to fit your goals, your budget, and you have to be based on the data interpretation, because you have to filter through a lot of different approaches that you're planning to go through and how you're planning to position. And keep in mind that same product and different fit. So it can be complete mismatch for a seller that is planning to invest $10,000 and for the seller that is planning to invest $500,000, right? So if the product you're validating is so feasible to get to 7 figures within a year, but you have only $10,000 in investments, you can't go after that one. But $500,000 investor can do that. So you kind of have to tailor your strategy to your budget. And that's the prompt I was giving you guys. You can utilize that prompt to do that. So again, what works for $10,000 investment will not work for $500,000. For $500,000, actually, here's something. So with the $10,000 budget, or like smaller budget, you have to avoid products that require heavy paid traffic or influencer bleeds. So you have to go into niche products where your top revenue will be probably in between $3,000 to $5,000 a month, and you will be making something in between $500 to $1,000 in profit, because otherwise you will never be able to like do any heavy lifting. But again, if it's just 10 grand, I don't recommend to launch anything at all. Just go to vacation and spend it there. Then if you have a very high budget, and again, I kind of created a huge gap, so you have to read in between the lines and tailor. Like if you have $50,000, you have to tailor to yourself. So with 500,000, we're going to aggressive product strategy, high revenue potential. We're thriving in the saturated markets, and we control narrative and the scale. But there is always a middle part when we can work with something in the middle, right? So we can do that as well. With Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer, again, you are going to analyze launches in 360 days. You can filter for signals, but not noise. So for example, you're looking at the conversion rate. And this one, I was looking at the conversion for 12% because those consumables. And in consumables, you want conversion to be higher. That means in this case, Amazon consumer is also trusting market by having such a high conversion rate, because if no one will be purchasing consumables on Amazon, and consumables doesn't mean it's just capsules and powder. There are plenty other consumables, and we will talk about them in a little bit. So you have to kind of pay attention here as well. And we're looking at the selling partners. So we have to look how many selling partners we have and what is the average conversion rate per partner. And if you can tell here, it's pretty even. So average partner is converting 12%, which is great. Means if you will join this market, the worst, you can't do worse than that. That's what it means. Now, if I will be validating products with Seller Sprite, I want you to start with filtering several things. So you have to go into the price, and price we have here $39. That's where I kind of want you to be. I don't want you to sell anything cheaper unless product is like have a lot of other variables that you can stay with profits. I want you to look at another filter here, which is like under 500 reviews. And I want you to take a look at publication days for the past year to be able to analyze what is going on with this specific product on the market. And the last part, I want you to include the keywords that are based on your validation. For example, with VATAi, with Helium 10 or Seller Sprite, you will be able to see what is the title density. So if the title density for your primary keyword you're seeing right now like 5, double check it here. So include the title, include your primary keyword that you're going after that you believe will make you some money, and then you will be able to see the products that will pop up in the search, and then you can go from there. The primary goal of going through this filterage is to define how many proven track record sellers are out there that are already making revenue you're looking for. It doesn't mean based on these filters you're going to find the product. It means you have to take a look who is already succeeding there. Now, we have to go through the Smart Scout and see how many external links are driving traffic to your product. So I'm not seeing chat right now, but if it's guys something valuable and you're learning something new, please drop yes on the chat, because I want to see, when I'll come back to the chat, I want to see how many of you never knew or didn't know that many information. So maybe next time I have to make it more complicated. So for the Smart Scout can show you external traffic, and it is in the tab of link traffic, and you'll be able to see how many external links are linked to this product. And sometimes it's hundreds, sometimes it's one or two. But if you're able to see a lot of cool links here, like from influencers and from blog posts, and you're able to see like the very high website rating, that means you probably want to look at those resources as well and link your products there too. Now, I also gave you guys here Puppy Product Validator. You can click on this and I will share it right now here. So if you click to that one, you can do start validation. And if you'll be going through the validation process, this is a custom GPT that I personally built for external use for our paid customers. So I can give it to you guys and you can have it as well. And when you start validation, it will ask your name, and then it will ask you to go through the process, and then it will guide you through the data you're supposed to dump into this custom GPT, and you will be able to identify if your product is actually having a great idea to sell on Amazon or not. So this is this is the quick overview of how it works. So it will give you like all your pros and cons and PPC insights and customer avatar insights and profitability. And it will give you final recommendation. For example, on this one, it says, don't, hold on, what it was this one. So it says, come on, stop, no, come back. So do not proceed with this product unless, and yada, yada, yada. So we have several indications. It will help you to kind of, don't rely fully on that, but at the same time, it makes your life way, way easier. Now, you have to also be indexed in LLMs. Don't rely on just Google search or Amazon. And visibility is supposed to be beyond Amazon. And people are talking about your product outside of Amazon. So LLM is one of those where you can, where your product can be searchable. And here, like the best vitamin C, that's one of the keywords people are searching in Google. The best this, the best that. So you have to make yourself visible there as well. Now, how to do that? Step number one is you're going where the models our life and use Perplexity, ChatGPT, or Claude. Then step 2, you have to ask for the buyer's search language and your prompt, what kind of keywords are shoppers inputting when they're researching brand name. You can have to input the brand name, and you're able to see here all the keywords people are inputting when they're doing certain search. Now, step 3, you're studying the output, and what shows up first, you're looking for the shopper's patterns, questions, and summaries. And then step 4, you're identifying visibility of visibility drivers, so you can like surface what product, like product comparison, media features, influencers mentions, review breakdowns, unique positioning. And then step 5, you do the reverse engineer of the content strategy. So you're asking what type of content got them excited, right? So you're asking what is happening there, and I have a small video about it as well. And then step 6, you have to match and outperform. So you have to create the similar content, that you have to have the same format. Before you will reinvent the wheel, you have to do more of the same stuff that been happening already by your competitors, and of course double down. Then you can ask also LLMs about the product development process, because if you never developed product in the past and you want to be better than your competitors that crush the market, so you can ask, what is the product development process of brand X? And of course, we can't go after the small private label seller because they never revealed it anywhere. They kept it to themselves, and you don't want to go after them. But most of the big brands, especially those that like launched recently, you want to take their approach and implement it to yourself and apply it to yourself. Then you're asking LLM about the launch strategy. So what was brand X launch strategy? And then AI will reveal to you like very detailed process. For example, I was using Dune as an example here. And you can see how they approach it, because Dune is one of the extremely fast growing products in the baby category, and they had only one product. So, and you can also ask LLMs about brand influencers. So what kind of influencers are they using? Because you can get all of it scraped in literally seconds. So you will have the whole roadmap for your product development in seconds. So now, I mentioned in the very beginning that we are leaning towards consumables just because of the tariffs. I know a lot of you guys are in Europe. You don't really care, but at the same time, consumables are giving us a lot of great opportunities to make a lot of money if we know how to position. So we're not going to sell like powder or just capsules or something else. So you have to go after snacks, bars, shakes, tabs, single serve formats, functional teas, right? And instead of launching, like for example, basic matcha powder, you can create bundled solution for matcha lovers, where you curate with a curated set, flavor different kits, different samples, and you can position it emotionally based on like no caffeine crush for business entrepreneurs, right? So, and of course, you have to go after positioning as well, or like no caffeine crash, boosted energy throughout the day. So you're not selling matcha, you're selling outcomes. So you have to go after that. Then package and positioning. So if you will look at these 3, this is one of the best selling on Amazon products with their picture there. So now with the AI, you can reposition and do it in really 2 seconds like this. I asked to redesign. The prompt was pretty simple. Redesign the existing product, make it way cooler, and I want to like crush it in ecom. And then we just add additional graphics there, which premium content lets you do it these days. So you have to take advantage of that as well. Then you have to sell through visuals. I'm almost done, guys. I know I'm up. In 10 minutes, I'm up in time. So you have to sell through visuals. This lady is one of the influencers. She's selling, I think it's like compression socks or something like that. I'm not going to play the video, but I think you will get the presentation, so you'll be able to go through that as well. And when you're doing positioning like this, you have to show the target avatar to target avatar. So because the people, when they're, for example, if you like any grandmas are looking for compression socks, they have to see themselves in a picture. So if they see in some like young, sexy lady with big boobs wearing compression socks, they're not going to buy. They have to see something that really appealing. So we have to make sure that. Now, keywords. I mentioned that we have to sell keywords. So this is the screenshot from the data dive. So if we're selling, I was running here data dive for you for like ropes, woman ropes. We have, for example, the red is where competitors are having very strong positioning, and the green light, it's green light for you. So if you are seeing a lot of competitors that are not being ranked for your primary keywords, and they're on the search page of Amazon, then it's probably something you have to consider. But again, remember, I'm not talking today about Cosmo and Rufus because we simply don't have time for that. But you still have to target keywords, but at the same time, the primary sales will be happening only based on the customer behavior, as long as your keywords are supporting that product. So you still have to go after keywords, but at the same time, you have to position your product to your customer avatar solving pain point. Now, you have to go after emotions. You have to look at the influencers that will be targeting emotions to your customers, and when they will be purchasing something emotionally, and explain your products in a very emotional way. So now, even without smell, taste, touch, you can simulate sensory experience, and AI really works with it. I know you guys thinking you're going crazy, but this product is moving. And on Amazon, premium content, you can do this type of the things. So you can appeal to our sensory, so you can make people purchase just because they will be applying this experience to themselves. So we have to work with immersed visuals and the high quality imagery that really evokes sensory response. Testimonial-based content. Again, I'm not going to play this one, but the real experience triggers sensory imagination. Here is the review from some like cafe, but you can do exactly the same to your business. So look at this one later. You will understand what I'm talking about. And if you look at this, this video got 180,000 likes, 2,000 shares. So that's really a lot. Now, strategic influencer placements. So you have to be so authentic, and even some placements supposed to be not just positive but negative as well. If you want, for example, to promote your product, find when your competitor's product had a negative review and create a video in between how your competitor's product was reviewed on a negative way, and then add piece of your positive review and repurpose it. Just don't forget to ask permission of the influencer if you'll be adding the influencer with the negative review to your reel, to maintain the IP rights. So people don't buy products, they buy feelings, they buy status, and they buy aspiration. So you have to dominate with AI. You have to go through the product development with the concept ideation. You have to do AI analysis. You have to be very iterative in refinement. You have to work with competitors and testing, and you have to do market dominance. You have to work with that. So I will give you a couple more things. So there is an avatar creation here bot, so you guys can click here. It's been developed in Poe. It's free for you to use, and it will, if you will click here, it will guide you through the process, asking your product name, your price range, main use, and the case problem that you can solve. And when you do that, you are able to simulate the market. When you're asking ChatGPT, Claude, or Abacus AI to simulate 100+ shoppers' avatars. So you can do it in all these guys. And why do you do that? Is because you want to run the simulation for your potential product without paying any money to PickFu or Product Opinion yet, right? So you are doing different simulations, like what kind of product you want to sell. Like my competitor is selling product A, I'm planning to sell product B, and I just designed my product, and my product looks like this. What do you think? So you'll be able to also create charts. And here's the product simulator bot for you as well, so you can do it. It's really like you click let's run the poll, and it will guide you through the process how to do that. As you can tell, I love to create different custom GPTs that will help you guys to go through the process way easier and faster. So you can do this, you can run polls without paying for it till you will actually get to the results you want. And when you run the polls, don't prime the polls to answer what you want to hear. You have to answer like, which product would you purchase? Would you purchase, and why? So you're not priming like, hey, I designed this product, but I want this product to win against my competitor. Can you run a poll for against my 100 shoppers, potential shoppers? So because the results will not be really positive for you. And if you win against AI, you're ready for the reality. So this is where you're transitioning and you're doing actual paid polls. So when you're consistently winning with AI simulators, you have to move to PickFu or similar tools for the live validation there as well. And 2026 requirements, this is where you have to validate through the complete framework. You have to align product with the budget. And if you guys want to learn more, here is the QR code to my WhatsApp chat, and I'm happy to answer any questions there. I'm trying to support my audience on a daily basis when they're asking questions, when they want to be supported on something else. That's free. So I don't like DMs because I am pretty busy, as you can tell, but I do answer all the questions in the chat. We have about 800 people there right now, so you're free to join and be with us there. Done.
Thank you so much, Isabella. What a great presentation. And I can tell you're definitely on top of your game, and you are living it every single day, including when you showed all of these spots which you have probably first created for yourself to be more efficient and kind of achieve the goal you want in a more effective way, but then also sharing that with communities like ours. So thank you very much for that. It was very useful presentation.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So we do have a few questions for you, but before we go to the questions, I actually would like to introduce the VIP package, which is also part of Sellerfest Online, and which is something all the speakers of our event put together just for you. It's 20 advanced expert sessions, which are not visible for free or anywhere else. You only get them when you buy this VIP package. Including to the sessions which you will have here, we have actually two very great bonuses as well. First of the bonuses you will get in addition to the advanced sessions is the recordings from the European Seller Conference 2024, which is the main conference Orange Klik is organizing. So you will get access to all of the speaker sessions there. And we also have another bonus, which is from Brandon Young. It's an exclusive masterclass to also product discovery, validation, and AI design challenge. And as I said, there will be 20 other sessions. Also, there's going to be a session from Isabella. And Isabella, can you give us a short overview of what you're sharing in your advanced session?
I'm creating so much content, and that one I created specifically for Orange Klik, and I did go there through the step-by-step validation process with Amazon Product Opportunity Explorer.
Exactly. So we're going to not also show everything. We just want to give kind of like a sneak peek, but basically it's a step-by-step guide Isabella put together to have validation of a 10K Amazon product launch process. So definitely, if you want to be ahead of your competition, then get the VIP package as well and learn, because that way you can achieve better results than your competitors are currently. So Isabella, now let's take a few questions which our viewers left for you. First of all, Corey is saying, great stuff, lots to think about. Much appreciated for all of the input you did, Isabella. And our question would be, so let's start from the beginning from the end of the question, actually. So a viewer is saying that he's often noticing that he gets a lot of clicks, but very few sales. And the products usually have a margin between $5 to $10. And I think the question is, he tries to understand if he has some sort of a listing issue or a margin issue. He tried to type in the whole question, but YouTube has some restrictions to the character. So I don't know if reading this, you have any useful thoughts to share.
Define, that's a great question. It's a very typical question because all entrepreneurs, they want money, right? And we want money fast. And more than we have to think that we want to have transaction every single day, because if you're not having transaction, you cannot call yourself an entrepreneur. And the goal is to have as many transactions per day as possible. To achieve those transactions, we have three primary factors. We have to have a great product. We have to have great conversion. We have to have, product conversion and traffic. So if we don't have a great product, it doesn't matter how much traffic we will run towards listing, we will not have any conversion. We just don't have eyeballs, right? If our product is we can fix the product, but if we have a great product and we have a traffic problem and our conversion is great, then we have to work on that one. If we have traffic, we have great product, our conversion is bad, we have to fix that one piece. And if that one is not fixable, we have to find a reason why. Because if you build the product based on the customer avatar and it's appealing to the audience and the traffic is there, your pictures are not selling or your pitch is not selling. Because one thing, if you're like, hey, this is a great mug, this is a great coffee mug, or you will sell a feeling like, hey, if you are going through 8 hours a day, this double wall mug will make you feel energy boosted with 2 drops of whatever matcha tea, right? So you're creating an offer that will trigger emotions based on my pain point. So if you didn't trigger on your listing my pain point, if you didn't create a problem awareness that I probably even don't know about, and you didn't tell me how to solve this problem, then I don't know what I'm purchasing, right? So I don't want to buy another mug or another double wall mug. I want to buy a solution to the problem. And so work on that. But again, to define which problem do you have, we have to take a look at your listing. You can join my chat on WhatsApp, and I will be happy to, if you will drop the product there, not in the DMs, but I'm reviewing listings all the time and I'm giving you guys feedbacks. It's free when it's public.
All right, thank you so much, and also thank you for being willing to help the viewers out as well. And then we have one question from Corey about using Smart Scout. So can I see how many links my competitors have and what is the cost of it?
So Smart Scout, I believe, is I think it's $150 a month. I do have an affiliate link if Orange Klik doesn't. And with my affiliate link, you guys have, I think, 35% off. So it's going to cost you something like $95 or $97 per month. And you're able to go to the products and take a look at the backend links as well.
Okay, perfect. And then we have one thank you message as well for the previous question. We're also going to use or put the Smart Scouts link as well to the chat, so you can also use, we do have that. So thank you so much, Isabella, for joining us today, for preparing everything, including the VIP session. But before we go, could you once more summarize what do you do, how do you help Amazon sellers with Ritz Momentum?
Yeah, I can also, Corey asked what tool I was using for presentation. It's Gamma AI. It's one of the best tools you guys can only imagine when you put a presentation together. You can incorporate with a lot of things. They also have just released API, so you can API it with pretty much anything. And they have AI agent inside, so you can prime your presentation to be made the way you want it to with the open sources research. So yeah, just take a look. It's very, very cool. Well, and at Risk Momentum, we guys help you to find, validate, and develop products that will win the market before you spend them on inventory. And if you believe that you can be a good fit and we can be a good fit for you, we're happy to have you guys. You can, again, go through the chat, or you can go to our website, readsarum.com. I hate to pitch. I don't like to pitch. And we want to help only those people that are looking for help and want to be qualified and successful on Amazon. That's it.
Well, on our channel, we believe the greatest thing you as an expert can do is to come here and share value from your experience and from the things you have tested out with the community, so that people can learn for free and try to achieve the same results you have done in the past. I don't know how many years, it's a lot of years you have a business experience already. So Isabella, thank you again, and I hope to see you soon on our channel.
Absolutely, thank you.
And now I would like to invite you to watch another video on our channel where you will learn how to launch and rank on Amazon using AI and external traffic strategies.